All right, our next assignment, our next exercise in Google Sheets, this is number 11. It's about conditional formatting. This file will be posted on Google Classroom. It's not actually as I'm recording this movie, but it will be by the time you're watching this movie. So this is the file that you need. It's the sheet that you need, and Google Sheets should make a copy for you, so you're just kind of ready to go to work. I'm going to use the handout that's also posted to just lead us right through this. So we're going to start right here. The first part of this is just some basic sheet formatting. We're going to make, first of all, some changes to font size, alignment, and stuff like that as desired. All right. So I might take this. We're pretending. You got to work with me here. We're pretending that this is Millie's Crocs, right? It's a business, and it's their first quarter sales. A quarter, in case you don't know, is 13 weeks, and what we've got here, and again, you gotta pretend with me here. Gotta do it. We have got. I'm just formatting some of this as I go. Several different cities where Millie's Crocs have a store, and there's week 1, week 2, week 3, and this tells how much money that's the store made. Right? This is going to be dollars here in a minute. How much money did they make in week 1, and how much money did they make in week 2? And you've got Evansville, Indiana, and Indianapolis, Indiana, and Columbus, Ohio, and Cincinnati, Ohio, and several different cities. And so I'm going to take this like top row right here and shade it with some gray and make some nice bold. And I'm going to change up the font a little bit. Let's go Bangers. Let's not go Bangers. Shall we not go Bangers? Let's go Coda. But I might make the Coda bold, and I might make it a little bit bigger too. Boom. All right, so I got that. And then I'm going to take this part here. I'm going to shade it with that kind of same gray. And I'm going to write justify. And this is all stuff that's up to you. Work that however you want to. And that's going to be Coda as well. I like that font, and I'm going to make it, I think, size 12. All right, so you see what I've got so far, right? I might take this, hold all of these numbers here, and one thing I'm going to do to those, and this is if I peek back over here on the handout, it says select all of the dollar amounts, which would be from B8 all the way over to N27, which is what I just did, B8, where it says 13,521, all the way over here to N27. And I'm going to turn that into dollars right up here on the toolbar. I'm just going to make it currency. You could also do format and isn't it on the format menu? Number and currency. You could do it that way if you wanted to. Format, number, currency. Or there is just a little $sign button on the toolbar, and you can do that. So it's going to add a couple of decimal places. And I might also, just for kicks and giggles, go with that Coda font. Once again, I kind of like that font. And I don't know, do you want to fill it with something? Maybe just a light gray fill on that. So there we go. Yay. Got my sheet all set up. Okay. That's what I got for right now. Okay, now here's the next thing that we're going to do. I'll go back over to the handout here to kind of guide me through. So what I've done so far is I've made some basic changes to fonts and alignments, and I did that. You do that however you want. Then I selected all the dollar amounts, and I changed it to currency. Okay. Now, we're going to work on setting up what are called some conditional rules. And you'll see how this is going to work. Just watch the movie. Just watch it, and you'll see what's going to happen here. Setting conditional rules. First thing is we got to select all of that money. All right, so that starts here at B8. We're going to select from there all the way down to there. Then, and again, I'm just going by what it says here. We're going to go to Format and Conditional Formatting. Okay, Format menu, and we're going to do Conditional Formatting. Now, a panel is going to open up over on the right-hand side. Conditional Format Rules. Okay. We're going to set up a bunch of rules here, and the rules that we're going to set up are outlined right here. We're going to make a rule for any number that is less than 10,000. See that? All right, so here are the steps. We're going to set the condition to less than. Okay. Well, here it is. Format rules. Format cells if Less than. Okay, that's what I want. Less than. And then enter 10,000 for the value. We don't need any dollar signs or commas here. Okay, so we're going to say if the number is less than 10,000. Then we're going to do some formatting here, and this is where it kind of gets up to you a little bit, but let's format any cell that has a number that's less than 10,000. I'm going to make it red. That's kind of an alarming number, right? So I'm going to make it red. I'm going to make the text like yellow. I'm going to make the text like bold. And you could do other things here as well, right? So what I've done here is I made a rule, and you can even see it happening out there on the spreadsheet, that all of those cells that have a number less than 10,000, and it's only true for the ones that have a number less than 10,000, they have turned red, they have yellow text, and I'm going to go ahead and click done. That one's done. All right, now let's kind of move on. We're going to work with rule numbers for between 10,000 and 14,999. Okay, so how does that work? Well, okay, so we're going to have to click add another rule, and we're going to do condition is between. All right, so let's get over there and do that. We're going to click right here, add another rule. What's the condition? Oh, well, the condition where it says is empty or is not empty or whatever, we're going to find is between. Oh, I found it. It's way down toward the bottom, but it's right there, is between. All right, so here I got two spots where it says value or formula and value or formula. Okay, well, let's look back at the handout. What are we doing? It's got to be between 10,000 and 14,999. All right, so let's plug that in. 10,000 and 14,999. All right, so any number that falls in that range between 10,000 and 14,999, we're going to go ahead and format it here. All right, so I don't know what color we want to give it. What do you want to do? I'll make it green. I'm going to make the text. I want the text to kind of show out pretty well, so I'm going to make it kind of a white color and bold. This is where you kind of do your own thing with exactly what fill colors and text colors and whether you not want it bold and things like that. That's up to you. So on this rule, if it's between 10,000 and 14,999, it's going to be filled with that green color, and it's kind of whitish and it's bold, and I'm going to click done. And we have two rules sitting up here. Look at that. All right, so I'm going to flip back over here to the handout again, roll it on down, and now we've got, okay, we're going to go from 1,500 to 19,999. All right, we're going to make another rule. So it's going to be add another rule, is between, and we're going to plug in those numbers. All right, so let's add another rule. Format cells if it is between, and you can always look at the handout and say, okay, what was it? 1,500 and 19,999. All right, so we're going to go 15,000 and 19,999. Okay. Now let's throw in let's make them look different, right? Let's throw in a different color, get a different color going there. So I'm going to make that kind of a purplish color, and I might make the font bold, and I'm going to leave the font black on that one, I think. All right, so I got a purplish color with a bold black font, and you can see it happening out here on my spreadsheet because it's reading the numbers and it's saying, okay, does this fit this condition? Is it between 15,000 and 19,999? If it is, make it purple, make it bold, and I'm going to go ahead and click done. I have three rules that I have now. All right, so let's go back over here. Now we're going to make a rule for numbers that are between 20,000 and 24,999. All right, same thing. Add another rule, is between, and what do we say? Let's make sure we get it right. 20,000 and 24,999. All right. 20,000 and 24,999. Now we got to set up, and again, we want, variety here. We want something different than what we've done before. So let's get in here. I haven't used any blues yet, so I'll use some blues. I might use kind of a light gray on the font. Let's go lighter than that. But this is where, suit yourself, do what you want, right? All right, there we go. And I'm going to click done there. I have that rule. And now let's get over to the handout and keep looking here. That was 20,000 to 24,999. And now we have one last rule to make. And it's a rule for numbers greater than 25,000. These would be, again, if you're thinking about sales, these would be stores that are doing really well, right? 25, if they sold more than $25,000 worth of stuff in a week, we're going to say, yeah, man, you're doing good. All right, so we're going to add another rule. The condition is greater than, and that, again, sorry if I keep saying it over and over, but it's right on the handout there, is greater 25,000. All right, so greater than 25,000. And I'm going to make that kind of gold, right? Because that's a gold, and there aren't that many of them. If you're looking for the golds, right? There aren't that many. Let's see, anything else I want to do there? Maybe make it bold. We can change, you can change whatever. It's a little bit limited. I wish we had more options here. I wish we had some things we could do with borders and stuff like that. But from what I have found on Google Sheets, you don't have that. You have kind of limited options right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click done. Well, all right. So now I have made these 5 rules. Okay, and you see how it's looking. Now I could click. It's going to look slightly different if I click off of my numbers and I get a good look at how that's all going. Now if I decide I want to make any changes, I could select the numbers again. I would have to click and drag and select all the numbers. And if I'm thinking, I want to make an adjustment, well, you could. You don't have to, but you could. If I select all those numbers where all the money is, I select all the money numbers, B8 all the way over here to N27, I could come to my rule here and double click it. And that gets me back into where I'm editing the rule. And now if I decide, well, I'm not sure I'm really thrilled with that purple. Maybe I want a darker shade or something like that. That's a little too, but I could do that shade if I lightened up the text. I would need to lighten up the text, I think. There. So I made a change on a rule, right? I said, okay, I don't really like that fill color so much, so I'm going to make a change on that. And I did. I double clicked on the rule. I made some changes. I clicked done. Yay, there it is. And I could do that on any of these if I've decided, I don't really like the way that looks. You could just get all of your numbers selected. You have to do that. You have to select the numbers. And then you could come in here and say, okay, boom, boom, boom. Maybe I don't like that green so much. So I double click it. And I say, let's adjust that a little bit, shall we? Let's make that maybe a darker green, kind of like that, and click done. There we go. I just made an adjustment to that rule. Well, this is it. This is what we're doing, right? It's called conditional formatting. And the way the cell looks is based on the number that's in there. It depends on if it's below 10,000 or if it's between 15,000 and 19,999. The way it looks depends on the number that it is. And once you have successfully done that, something like what you see here, yours won't look just like mine, but that's okay. Turn it in, baby. All right, off you go.